Broadcast live.
On 30 November, Miller will be bringing you an exclusive invite-only party. There's gonna be dope DJs, a sick lineup of performers, and you can even win prizes. But you have to make sure you show up in your best grown and sexy swag. That's why I'm here at G-Star Raw. And to help me find an outfit, I've got one of the performers of Miller Music Drop, Flame. Flame,
Yes, ma'am.
thank you so much for joining us today.
You're welcome.
How are you doing?
Nervous, but I'm great.
Don't be nervous, we're just talking about clothes, you know?
Okay, cool.
And speaking of clothes, tell me about when you were coming into the industry at first. What kind of clothing were you into? How did you want to represent your brand?
Honestly speaking, I won't say I was really on some, hey, I curated a style when it came to how I dress.
Yeah.
I just was inspired by how my favorite artists would dress. Like
Yeah.
maybe back in the day would have people like Lil Wayne. Lil Wayne started having those big ass pants,
Yeah.
jeans, you know, white vests, and I started wearing that with straight caps. So I just kept evolving, and then I just got to a point where I felt like it's not really about what you're wearing, but if you're really comfortable in what you're wearing, then you're fine. So I just wear what I feel like is comfy, and yeah.
Yeah. So you know with Miller Music Drop, you need to be looking grown and sexy, right? Do you know what you're gonna...
Look at me.
I see you,
You
I
feel
see
what
you,
I'm saying?
but we can improve, you know, we can improve.
Alright.
So do you know what you're gonna be wearing at the event?
I hardly think of my outfits when I
Yeah.
go to shows, so whatever I'm gonna be feeling like that day is what I'm gonna wear, but I don't wear like, you know, I respect myself first, so
So you're very particular.
yeah.
I hear you. But since you haven't decided on what you're gonna wear, I have an option or two for you, right?
Let's see.
Because you could rock this white shirt. And did you know you could also wear a denim tie? I feel like that's like a mixture of old world and new world because it's like modern and traditional, you know?
Honestly speaking, I don't mind wearing shirts, but I
Yeah.
have a very different way of wearing shirts.
How would you wear this shirt?
I'd wear a t-shirt inside and have it open.
Oh, just like this?
And have some jeans on, you know, have some nice sneakers on, and yeah.
Yeah.
That's how I rock it, but no ties. I feel like if I'm like super tied up, like I'm super not comfortable. Like I
Yeah,
don't
then
like-
it's not you.
Yeah, I like feeling free.
Okay.
That's right. I remember the other time on my mom's wedding,
Yeah.
I wasn't feeling the suit vibe, so
So you didn't wear a suit to your
I
mom's wedding?
was, but
Oh.
I made sure right after the ceremony, I ran back to the house and took that off and came back looking like me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So now that we've got the drip out of the way,
Okay.
we're gonna be talking about my favorite thing in the world, music.
Your favorite? Oh, I thought you were gonna say Candyman's your favorite thing.
Oh, well, let's not get
Well,
ahead of ourselves. So how old were you in 1992?
I wasn't even born in 1992. Oh my God, I can't believe you just asked me that.
The reason I'm asking you is because Wikipedia tells us that's the year that Candyman came out.
What?
The movie.
Oh, the movie.
Yes.
I only found out about that movie after the album dropped.
Really?
Yeah, Candyman was actually inspired by Charlie and the Chocolate Factory.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
What about it?
Charlie's life in
Okay.
general. Like how he came out from a struggling family and, you know, like he just ended up getting the biggest chocolate factory in the world, which is Willy Wonka's chocolate factory. So for me, that was like, that's how I feel like I'm Charlie, but in a different sense. Like I can relate to Charlie's story, so
Yeah.
that's how I put it. So it's all about, it's not just about how I grew up, but also the things I've went through, like not just growing up, but you know, like relationship-wise, who I keep around, who's not around no more, like everything, just my experience of me being who I am today.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's what Candyman is.
So what does the chocolate factory represent for you? So in your context, what would the equivalent of getting the chocolate factory be?
The chocolate factory is basically the studio. because that's where everything is manifested, all my feelings, whether I'm happy, whether I'm sad, I'm going to express everything in the studio, so that's the factory.
Yeah.
Pull up on you, look at hella saucy. Baby, I know you wanna lick it off me. Yeah, whisper in my ear, tell me you love me.
And then all that candy that you guys are enjoying is the music, because I'm giving you every different flavor of me and every piece of me through that. So it's every color you can think of, every emotion you can think of. If I'm sad, you're gonna hear it in a song. If I'm happy, if I'm falling in love, if I'm falling out of love,
Yeah.
everything is in the music.
You have a song called Trees,
Yeah.
right? And at the end of that song, there is what sounds like this torrential rain, and then some other creepy sounds come in before drowning.
Yeah.
So tell me about what's happening there and why you decided to have that soundscape.
Well, honestly speaking, from trees to drowning, it was a transition that I felt like, it wasn't really a transition like a storytelling transition. It was just like how the songs made sense sonically for me to put them together. So it felt like, okay, I started the story from, okay, I was this guy, heartbroken. Everybody took me as Flame was this heartbroken kid, because my first project, I was just crying about women, and it was like, yo, man, I'm done with women, which was just a lie, because I'm human. I'm not a robot. I'm always gonna feel, but yeah, I was always mistaken for that. So everybody, when they listen from the beginning of the album, it starts with me coming in, like out of that phase into a phase where I'm like, okay, now I'm looking at life at a different phase now, like in a different perspective. Like I'm no longer looking at it on I'm ignoring to some things. Well, some things I know how I feel about them, but I don't really have to be ignoring.
So another interesting thing about Candyman is people would expect a trap sound from you, right?
Yeah.
But then you kind of go left with Up and Lost. Tell me about why you decided to do something totally unexpected from you.
I just didn't want to have like music for just hip hop fans. I wanted to supply everybody with music. That's why there's like trap soul, there's trap, there's rap straight up, there's R&B.
Okay.
There's just a mixture of everything in one thing, just to give whoever wants to listen to it. Because also me, when I listen to somebody's album, I won't go listen to the whole thing and be like, yeah, I love this whole album.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have specific
Your favorite.
favorites in there. So that's how I also view making music. It's all about being open-minded, and that way you're giving music to open-minded people as well.
I hear you. So your mom is someone you talk about often.
Yeah.
And I want you to finish this line for me, right? You say, Mama asked me when I'm coming home.
Told her as soon as I cop her home. Been in my bag and I been on the road. Got too many problems, don't want them no more.
Yeah. So based on that opening line, have you been home yet?
Yeah.
So you brought your mama home?
Yeah.
That's amazing. Off of music?
Yeah.
When? When did you buy her house?
Not so long ago, a few months ago.
Yeah.
Like we don't have 2 months in it.
Yeah.
It's not been long, but.
So you hadn't been home in like 2 years?
I'm just never home when it's important for me to be home. Like, you know, like my mom's birthday, my siblings' birthdays, or Christmas.
You can't make it.
I
at
can't
those
make
times.
it because I'm always busy, but I'm always like, I make sure I make some time. Like, even if I'm there for 10 minutes, it's cool.
Yeah.
Like, as long as I see her and she's happy, I'm fine.
So what does your mom think of your music?
She's my #1 supporter. Like, she's never ever like held nothing back when it came to my music since. Like, she knew I was going to be who I am as soon as I got born. She told me a whole lot of stuff about my musical background that I didn't know. She told me I started singing when I was a kid. I'm like, how did I start singing when I was a kid? She's like, you used to go to the choir with me and sing in church. And I was like, me, sing in church? The same guy that's not trying to be in front of church today? I was like, okay.
Interesting. So you spoke about dropping out of school. I think that's one of the things Casper Nyovest tweeted that he relates to you on.
Yeah.
And on your outro.
That I rap.
Yes.
Yeah.
What do you say about dropping out of school?
I say if you're really sure about what you want to do, and you sure, like if you get it, like I'm one person that believes in my instinct.
Yeah.
Like if your instinct is talking to you and it's like, yo, go out there, go get it, it's really for you, then go do it.
So you say you dropped out of school in grade 11.
Yeah.
And then you made it. You
Yeah.
effing made it.
Yeah.
When was the moment you realized, like the exact moment that you were like, I actually made it for you?
Right now I got my 10 toes inside of the game.
Yeah.
That's making it to somebody else that's trying to be in my position, but there's like higher achievements and bigger things that I'm looking at. And that's when I'll finally say that I really made it.
Yeah.
For now, I'm still like a hustler like everybody else, but I'm just trying to give everybody else another like confidence to be able to be like, stand out and be like, yo man, I can stand for myself and I can get to this certain point if I really want to do it.
And to be themselves.
Yeah, that's all.
Which is great because we're gonna talk a little bit about being yourself and being authentic in the music industry. Yeah.
For me.
We're going to be celebrating with a genuine draft beer this month.
Okay.
And you said being genuine is the easiest part about being in this industry.
Well, not being in this industry, but being me is the easy part when it comes to being genuine. Like it's easy for me to express how I am, how I feel,
Yeah.
and just being myself.
So how do you then navigate that in the music industry?
It's all about who you surround yourself around and how you move and how you look at life, basically. And with the game also, it's all about you got to be able to play the game.
Yeah.
So everybody's fake.
So you have to be fake too?
No, not really. You just pretend for them.
Okay.
Just that little group that wants to come and pretend to you, it's cool for you to just be like, hey, yo, what's good, my G? You good? Yeah.
It sounds like there won't be any pretending at the Candyman experience.
Not at all.
So tell us what that is and how people can get involved.
It's more like a celebration of the album, not also just the album, but also like where I came from, like, you know, to where I am today, and just having people like support more than just fans supporting. I'm having also like my idols supporting me. I have my friends supporting me.
So who are some of the 22 artists that are going to be performing with you?
I got Frank Casino confirmed.
Yeah.
I got Zucci confirmed. I got
Ayanda Gia. Yeah.
Well, everybody that's on the album is gonna definitely be there.
And a few surprises.
Surprises, well, it's no longer a surprise because I dropped the posters yesterday. So Ricky's gonna be performing out there. Liz is gonna be performing out there. Pretty Ugly's gonna be out there.
And a lot more.
A lot more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so because we're speaking about authenticity, I think it's very important for us to talk directly to the people who are watching, who might want to be in the music industry, but they are willing to do anything and compromise themselves to be in the music industry. What would you say to them?
Do what you gotta do to get what's yours, but that's how you finna go get it, you just know it's not gonna last for too long because you have to do certain stuff to keep yourself up there instead of the music actually keeping you up there.
Yeah.
And that's what actually brings longevity. The reason why you can still talk about Tupac today is because he's got classics.
Yeah.
If you want to be an internet gangster, racing all day, every day, making noise on Instagram and
then
Twitter.
Just don't.
All right, cool, bro. You're going to be hot for a few months, weeks. Tomorrow, next year, when I drop my next album, we're going to forget you existed.
Yeah. Well, thank you for speaking to us today, Flame.
Much.
Can't wait to see you at the Miller Music Drop.
You can hit me up at 8 p.m. tonight. I'm not doing anything. I'm playing.
All right.
Thank you, everybody.
Flame has ignited his own approach to the new wave of music. Being true to his experiences is how he attempts to make tomorrow's classics. How will being true to who you are serve you?
Broadcast live